from Cape Horn,
bound for South Australia.
Heave away your rooter key,
Heave away, all away, heave away, you'll hear me sing.
We're
Bound for South Australia.
He's going to throw you in here.
Look at that, under
All right, we're recording now, everybody. G'day, folks, and welcome back to the Weedy Garden. Actually, welcome to Naracoorte, to Pam's garden.
Yeah.
Pam is our lucky winner of our first Australian-only
fantastic
garden makeovers, all right? And we're here today to have a look around Pam's garden and to meet her and to hear her story and to have a look around and to see what we've got to do on this garden makeover. And today, we've got someone else holding the camera. This young fella, right? That's Costa. And he's of course with us, as you've seen in the last video. We just went through the outback. We've got to do this little video before the sun goes down, just so we can get introduced to Pam and see what we've got to do. And then the following videos that you're going to watch on the Weedy Garden channel, that'll be the progress. So stay tuned and you'll be able to follow the journey all the way through. So we'll just give the camera to Costa. Thanks, Costa. You got it?
taxi.
Taxi. Okay, no, but this is Pam and we're just going to go for a little wander around her garden and see what we can do to change her life and her garden, all right? It's a little bit overgrown, but that's not your fault, is it?
No, it's been vacant for about 3 years before we moved in.
Unloved and uncared
Unloved,
for.
uncared for. None of the trees looked healthy. I thought all the trees were dead.
Yeah.
Till I started watering them and fertilising them and realised, oh, they're alive. But they're
Yeah.
still not healthy.
They'll get a lot of love and care, but there's a reason why you haven't been spending a lot of time in the garden. Because I heard that when you bought this home,
It belonged to a hoarder and there was rubbish everywhere. The weeds out here were about this high until the heat came.
yeah,
All along the front, all on the lawn, where I've got lawn, there was no lawn, I've put lawn in. All that was covered in rubbish, all along both sides of the house, around the back of the house as well.
so you spent a lot of your time in the beginning just
Cleaning.
getting rid of garbage and
Yes.
rubbish, right?
Took me 18 months.
Oh my gosh.
We had a lot of bonfires, which
Yeah.
Phillip thought was fantastic. Philip's my grandson.
Your
Phillip lives
grandson?
with me, yeah.
You live with your grandson?
Yeah, I'm his carer.
Okay. Hey, Phillip.
Rosy red cheeks, you got a bit of sun today, didn't you?
Oh, we'll meet Phillip tomorrow because I'm sure Phillip, he wants to help us. He's been our little helper all day long, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He loves to help and he wants to get into it with all the other volunteers.
He's got his little tractor ready for tomorrow.
And I put a call out on my newsletter asking for volunteers and we've got about 18 volunteers coming.
Which is fantastic.
We've got people coming from Sydney, I've got a guy coming from Brisbane and the rest of the people are coming from all around the state of South Australia to come and lend their hand and their love and their muscle and their sweat.
Well, you're lucky you weren't here last week because we had really bad for about 5 days. The extreme, it was a heat wave, it was awful.
I can see you've got a couple of nice little fruit trees.
Yeah.
What's this one here?
That's an apple tree. Don't ask me what sort it is, I don't know.
Okay, I won't ask you. I won't ask you.
No, but it is an apple tree and it's a lovely shaped apple tree. It just needs a bit of loving.
Yeah. I just want to show you this one over here. Look, there is an apple tree that you were saying that it's been chopped down.
Yeah, well, it had borers.
Yeah, so
Had borers in it.
So that was chopped down, but it looks like that this is the rootstock that's coming back. And with the rootstock, we don't know if it's even going to give apples or if it's going to be any good.
Well, it's setting up suckers everywhere.
So what I think I'll do is we'll just trim that up and we'll cut some chainsaw marks in that to rot it out so it doesn't shoot back.
Cool.
This area here, we're going to transform this area here into your food forest part of your garden. And if we look down from the drone, you'll see on the right, this is where we're going to have the food forest. And up on the left-hand side of the garden, that's where we're going to have your vegetable garden. So down here in this overgrown jungle, tomorrow morning we'll get in and we'll clear all this out and we'll find out where we can put the new fruit trees. You actually have a lot of fruit trees already, don't you?
In pots. I brought them with me from Manham.
Let's go and have a look.
Okay.
I can see you've got a beehive there, but we'll talk about that later.
Yep.
Yeah. So this is where you have your vegetable garden.
These beds were full of Scotch thistle and Phillip couldn't come out here to play, so the first thing I did was Covered everything with cardboard or carpet, whatever I could get my hands on, and put the mulch down.
Yeah.
Then I attacked these 3 beds here in the bath and got all of the weeds out and put in my own, like I went and bought potting mix and different types of mulch, and I turned the beds over, and then I planted a few things, and the first lot came up really well. This lot hasn't been as good, so they might need a little bit more, I don't know, nourishment or something. I'm not the world's best gardener. I just, if it grows, it grows. It's lucky.
You'll be a better gardener when we're finished with you.
But I do love gardening. It's like my R&R. Like, I love to see what's blooming next and what's fruiting next, and it gives me a lot of peace.
Yeah. Just to give the viewers a little bit of a background of what's happened, you were living in a town called Mannum.
Yes.
And I can see the little book you have of the beautiful little home that you had in Mannum.
Yeah, I loved it. Yeah, I thought I'd be there till I died, actually.
And why did you sell it?
Wanted to have a bit more land so that we had my own veggies and fruit. Phillip was ill when I got him, and I wanted both of us to be healthy.
Yeah. So you're a die-hard grower.
Oh, yeah. I did better in Mannum than I've done here, got to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, with fruit and veggies.
But you got a bit more space here. How big is the property?
This is half an acre.
Half an acre?
Yeah.
That's plenty for you two.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
plenty.
Yeah. Good.
Plenty.
And I can see you've got a lot of pots with trees in them. Look at all these trees down here.
Well,
why are all these in pots?
Well, I brought them with me from Mannum.
You brought them with you?
Yeah.
Let's go around the back and have a look here.
I had this idea of espaliering them.
Yeah.
Don't know anything about espalier.
So all these pots, all these fruit trees have been in pots since you've been here?
Yeah.
The poor little girls. Can you hear that? Can you listen to them? They're saying,
they're crying.
We want to go in the ground. We want to go in the ground. Yeah. No, they want to go in the ground, so it's their special lucky weekend this weekend.
Yes.
And you know what? We've got some carp with us.
Oh, is that what I can smell?
Yeah, it's not my smelly feet, it's the carp, it's the fish. So we're going to put some fish underneath the plants when we plant them. Cool. Give them a bit of a kickstart.
Yeah, they like that.
Yeah, and I can see you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you've got about 20 fruit trees, maybe even more. You've got a whole bunch of citrus trees over there.
Yeah.
And how long do you spend watering all this?
Oh, it takes me a full day to water everything, and by the end of the day I'm had it.
Yeah.
A full day. Yeah, I do.
You want a button you can press and it's going to water it for you.
Yep. That's what I need.
We'll get that sorted for you.
Good on ya. Yeah. That sounds the best news.
We'll get all these trees in the ground. I can see there's a little fig coming here. This little tree's already got one little fig on it. See?
It's got a couple of little figs on it, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is alive and it does want to produce.
Yes.
But you know, next year you'll probably be able to make a couple of bottles of fig jam out of that tree.
Oh, we love figs.
Yeah.
Phillip and I love them.
I do too. A little pear there. Yeah, they're going to be happy to come in the ground.
They sure will.
So I think, and you've put a new roof on your house recently.
Yeah, I did. I had to.
I saw in your shed that you've got you've got a whole pile of corrugated iron.
Yep, sure have.
You know what we're going to do with that?
What?
We're going to build a bunch of garden beds. I was here last weekend. We know that, but they don't know that.
Okay.
But I was here last weekend and I tried to see if I could put one together with some of the scraps you got around.
Yeah.
And look what I did. And
it's fantastic.
Yeah. You had all this material. You had the corrugated iron, you've got the posts because you're going to put a fence around the whole property, but...
The front fence out there took me nearly 6 months to put it up because there's so much rock and I had to use a borer,
post hole
digger and a jackhammer to get through the rock.
You were using a jackhammer?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Well,
right.
You can't afford to pay people to do these things because they want like $80 an hour on a jackhammer.
I did a little test when I was here last weekend to see if I could build one of these.
Yeah.
What we found on your property. All I needed to buy was the threaded rod here to keep it from bulging out.
Oh, and they're a good height for me too.
Yeah, then you won't have to bend over.
No.
Because these little ones down the front here.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. The ones we're going to make, they're going to come up to your sunglasses on your stomach. My navel. Yes. So you won't have to bend down anymore.
No.
And there's one thing I want to show you. When I was out here last weekend, I noticed that you were using sugarcane mulch because you were thinking, I'm going to put sugarcane mulch in to retain the moisture.
Because it's so hot here.
Right, so I want to show you something. And I noticed that I was here when you were watering.
Yes.
And I said, okay, Pam, you just show me how long you water for, and you watered and you watered and you watered and you watered. And when we were all finished, I took this apart, didn't I? Remember?
Yes.
And I took the soil, and it was like still bone dry. You know, in Denmark, they make roofs for houses out of this.
Do they?
They do, and it stops the water coming in the house. So what you've actually created is you created a roof over your vegetable garden to stop the water coming in. Yeah, a lot of people make that mistake actually.
Well, it dries out so quick. I thought mulch would be really good.
Well, it is if the water's in the soil, it stops it coming out. But when you're watering from the top, the water just sucks up into this. This just sucks up all the water. Right?
Yeah.
So you get a nice watered sugarcane mulch, but you don't get any water into your garden bed.
Yeah.
So if you guys at home are doing this, when you're doing your garden bed and you're putting your mulch on top, right, you really only need to have a nice little layer just to keep the sunlight out of the garden, to stop the weeds coming up, and a little kind of layer like that just to keep the moisture in. That's kind of enough, because then when you water, you can get the water down into the soil. But a thick layer of this, like you can see, is going to keep the water out. So that's a little pro tip for
so don't put it on as thick as Pam does.
Don't put it on as thick as that. Okay. Oh, I can see you got a bathtub over there.
Yep. It's got our strawberries in it, which really did not like our heat wave we had last week.
Oh yeah, I can see.
Yes,
They have been a bit shocked. But you know what I was thinking? I was thinking when I was on my way here, I go, how the heck am I going to get a bathtub all the way down here? But when I came to visit you, I could see you already had one.
Yeah.
You know what we're going to turn this into?
No idea.
Worm farm.
Oh, fantastic.
We're going to turn this into Wormville.
Oh, I'll be able to teach Phillip how... Well, you'll be able to teach me and I'll be able to teach Phillip how to grow worms.
Well, I'll tell you, what about Phillip comes out while we're doing it and he can learn, and you can both learn at the same time.
Yeah, cool.
We'll transplant these strawberries into one of the new garden beds that we make.
Yep.
And we'll turn this into Wormville.
Cool.
So you've got your own worm castings, your own worm juice, which is beautiful fertilizer. Oh, you got goats too.
Yes.
You got goats.
We got a mama and a papa and 3 little babies.
Oh yeah.
That's Edie.
That's Edie.
She's after some strawberries here.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yes,
Can I give her some
because I give her
strawberries?
the little tiny ones off here all the time.
She's run away again, did you?
Edie.
You know what the goats are good for?
What?
Manure.
Yeah?
You've got your own little fertiliser
I have.
factory. So you don't actually need to have a compost built for you here. One thing is it's quite physical to
Yeah,
turn
I
your
couldn't
compost.
do that.
I can see you got one of those little tumblers.
Yeah. No.
I don't go for those.
It's not
they
really
don't
working
work.
anyway.
So instead of having that, we just put all the stuff to the goats.
Yeah.
Right? We feed the worms with some of your scraps from your garden and your clippings and your grass trimmings and stuff. But your goats will eat your organic matter.
Yeah.
Comes out in the other end ready to go in the garden.
Yeah.
So what I think we'll do is we'll gather some of those little goat castings. And because you feed the goats with hay, there's already hay in there. So we've got the greens and browns already. All we have to do is rake it together.
Yeah.
And we'll use that to feed the worms with.
They get good feed, they get lucerne, and I used to use lucerne as a mulch in Menham, and I had beautiful veggies in Menham.
Yeah.
Lucerne's supposed to be excellent mulch.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I learned something today too.
Oh, well, there you go. Oh, look, I've got some olives on the olive tree.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
well,
wow.
this is a perfect climate for olives, as we know.
Yeah.
And I can see they're not the biggest olives.
No,
It's
well,
probably
it
'cause
doesn't get watered.
It needs water and it needs food. I'll tell you a little story. A guy comes home and he's just bought a cat. And the wife says, oh, you bought a cat, what are you going to feed it? And he says, I'm going to feed it cat food. A bit of fish, a bit of cat food. That makes sense, she said. And he goes away and comes back the next week and he comes back with a mango tree. He puts it in the ground. And the wife says, what are you going to feed it? And he goes, what are you talking about? What are you going to feed the mango tree? You're going to feed your cat, but what are you going to feed your mango tree? And he says, I don't need to feed my mango tree. See, this is where he's wrong. Everything needs food.
Food.
Plant and animals. I see all my trees and vegetables in my garden as my pets, and I feed them, and they like compost.
Do you talk to them?
Oh, I don't.
I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thank them.
Do you?
When I take the produce, I sometimes thank them.
Yeah.
But I don't know the plant language yet.
Don't you?
Not really.
Do you know goat language? You got to be able to, if you want to go into the yard there where Sonny is, you need to learn goat language.
Do I know goat language? No. No.
No, you have to bellow like he does. Bah, 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 bah. That's what he does. And if you do that, then he then thinks you're the older one.
Oh, okay. See,
Yeah.
I learned 2 things today in a matter of a couple of minutes. But I think what we've got to do with that is we've got to give it some more food and give it water.
Yeah.
And if you do that, you'll find you'll be getting some nice, big, healthy...
Good, because I love olives, and
Olives
so
out of
does
that?
Phillip. Yeah, we
Good.
love olives.
Yeah, I love olives too. It's one of my
Yeah.
favourites, actually. I eat olives pretty much every day.
Yeah. Did you see I've got asparagus as well?
I see you've got asparagus, which
Yeah.
looks pretty healthy and happy, actually,
It's
doesn't it?
yeah. Well, I brought it with me from Manham,
Did you?
and because I love asparagus, and I found out just recently that asparagus is really good if you've got thyroid issues, which I have, which is really good because I love it.
Yeah.
I eat lots of it. So does Phillip. He loves
One
it.
of my favourites as well.
Yeah,
What
and it
I've-
grows so quick. It's like a weed.
What I think is important to note about asparagus is that you let it grow, and you can take, you know, as asparagus, it comes out of the ground as these nice little shoots, and that's
Yeah.
what you eat. But then after Christmas time, you got to let it go.
Yep.
And you got to let it grow and get leaves so it can get a bit of photosynthesis and expand and grow. And then when the winter comes, chop it back.
Yep.
And then spring next year it'll pop up again, and you can just keep eating those little
Yeah.
sprouts that come up. And at Christmas time, that's when you give it a rest and let it
Yeah.
grow out. I'm not going to tell you all the things we're going to do because I want it to be a bit of a surprise.
Yes, that would be nice. Yeah.
I'm listening to what you're saying, and I was observing and getting lots of ideas of what we can do. Yeah.
Cool.
Why do you like gardening?
It just makes me feel peaceful. I just enjoy going along and seeing what's, especially now in this place, because she planted a lot of different plants and lots of bulbs and things. You don't know what's going to come up next.
Yeah.
When you've planted something, I like to check them every day and see, is it still growing? Does it need more water? Or
Yeah.
it just gives me a lot of peace.
Yeah.
If I'm cranky, I'll just come out into the garden and start doing some watering, or you know.
You know,
Tender.
I'm in my garden so much that I never really get cranky anymore.
Oh well, yeah. I'm not normally a cranky person, but I've been a bit cranky these last few months because of my knees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it says you don't stop gardening when you get old when you stop gardening.
That's why I put it up there, because I figured if I stopped gardening, I would get old.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So this is your beehive. You know, it looks like a flow hive, but I can tell you, even standing here, that is not a flow hive.
No,
One of those poppies that try a wannabe.
I got conned because I was told it was a flow hive and I didn't know any better. The lady, she told me it was a flow hive when I bought it. She was moving and she'd never touched them for 2 years because she found she was scared of them.
Right. Well, it's not a flow hive, it's a copy.
No.
And I had to look at it last time I was here because I came down a couple of weeks ago to just check it out, to suss everything out. And I noticed that as soon as you open the back up to harvest, that the bees come out the back. And that's disastrous. But that's going to be full of honey. So we've got an ambassador for flow coming tomorrow.
Good.
And we've got a new flow hive for you.
Tomorrow?
Yes.
Fantastic.
So he's going to come and assemble that, and we'll transport all those bees into the new flow hive. And we might even chuck that one on the dump when we're finished.
Yeah.
So you've got one that you can actually use.
Yeah.
But we'll harvest all the honey, so your kitchen will be full of honey
Should
for a
have a
while.
lot of honey in
So
there.
you'll have honey coming out your ears
Great.
for a little while, and I can smell lavender. I can smell beautiful lavender.
Right next to the beehive.
The bees love lavender. I think what we'll do is we'll take out all this. This is useless now because this is all dead.
The wind wrecked it.
But we'll take out all this and we'll trim down the lavender, and we'll make a nice little flower arrangement here, and make a new little beautiful little bee landscape here for you.
Fantastic.
But,
Anything to feed the bees. I'm happy.
Yeah.
I like my bees.
But I think what we're going to do is we're going to put a tarp over your window, and so you
You're
can't.
going to lock me in my house, are you?
I'm going to lock you in your house so you can't see what's going on, and so we can have the big reveal on Sunday afternoon. Okay. And
Oh, I hope I don't start bawling, because I was talking to Costa before and I nearly started
No,
bawling.
it doesn't matter because I'm probably going to bawl as well. Yeah, I probably will. But I'm really excited, and I'm really excited to do this. This is my first kind of garden makeover in Australia.
This is the only thing I've ever wanted in all my life, and it's the best thing I've ever wanted in all my life.
Well, the sun's going down, so I think everybody will say goodbye for today.
Goodbye.
And we're going to lock Pam in there. We're going to lock Pam in the house tomorrow, and all these wonderful volunteers are going to come tomorrow, and we're going to we're going to bond and we're going to get into this and change it into something beautiful and wonderful that you can start to enjoy. So you don't have to work so hard.
Yes,
All
been
right.
a lot of work already.
Yeah.
A lot of work. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the big reveal on Sunday, Arvo.
Me too.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. So remember, enjoy your lives, enjoy your gardens. All right, and we'll see you on the next video when we get into Pam's garden. Thanks for watching this time. Have a nice day, everybody, and I'll catch you later.
Bye.
See ya. Thanks.